Good evening, everyone. We're live. We're doing it. There's a lot of people who have YouTube channels and they have like a song that they made up themselves. I am good for making up songs, but I did not make up a song for my lives. Oh, you know what? If you watch any of my shows on the Mogul TV network, yes, I have a season TV show called Unapologetic Living on the Mogul TV Global Network. You can watch it on Amazon Fire and Roku by downloading the Mogul TV Global Network app. You can also go on any of my socials, click on the bio, and there's a link to watch Unapologetic Living. You can also go to the moguls.tv to watch it. And I did this episode with my sister, and she had a whole song that she sung. It was Speak Life, Speak Life. Maybe that would be my song. I don't know. But what's up? Good evening to you. I see you guys coming on in. Welcome. This is another night of Monday Night Live. Woo woo. And I'm here. I'm ready. I'm ready to give you all the gems that's going to help you end this year, 2023, with a bang. Can you believe it? Can you believe that next week? I don't even think it's next week. I think at the end of this week, to be honest, is October. But next week is the first full week of October. Where does September go? So we have October, November, and December. And then it's gonna be like, woo woo, celebration 2024 is here. 2024. Just think about that. I can remember when I was like in 94 and talking about we're gonna be flying like the Jetsons in 24. And we're still here on the ground, but maybe one day that will happen. So yes, we are here. We're gonna be talking about goal planning. I love a good goal planning topic. If you can't tell by my topics on my Speak a Life channel, Speak Life Transformation YouTube channel, there is a few episodes, a few shows, a few videos where I'm talking about one, even how to just goal plan, right? And two, how to stick to your plan. And so this is a little bit of a snippet of just helping you stay on track and stay focused, because this is that time of the year where a lot of times we can feel discouraged about where we're at with our goals, where we're at with our life in the year. And we're just the conversation sometimes with people when they're by this time of the year, it's like just trash it. Like, I'm over the year. I'm just ready for the new year to start. This year was horrible, or this year didn't go as planned, or there were so many things I did not get done or I could not do. I'm just ready to start all over in 2024. And I really feel there's a lot of empathy I have for individuals that are just so ready to cancel before it's time to cancel, because the year is not over. There is still 3 strong, hardy months left that you can get a lot done in 3 months, 90 days. If you think about most programs that you have, whether it's a workout program or if it's a nutritional program or whether an educational program, is usually in 90 days you finish this and then bam, you have whatever outcome. So that is the same thing with in 90 days, you can still make a lot of changes in your life in 90 days. And I want to help you get back on track so you do not end this year with a lot of I wish I could or should have, or I would have done this if this wasn't in the same right, or if it was the right time, maybe I would. No. We're gonna remove all of that so that you can start moving now, because we don't have time to waste. Literally, we don't have time to waste. There's only 3 months left. But also just in life, there's no need to wait for the perfect time, because it's never gonna be the perfect time. And there's no need to give up on yourself so prematurely, or just in general, because if you're not rooting for yourself, who will? If you're not gonna fight for yourself, who will? Right? And so part of loving yourself, part of living unapologetically is fighting regardless if it looks silly, regardless it looks like there's no success going to come out of this fight. Keep fighting, because as long as you're determined to win, you will win. You will win. And so I'm here to help you win. It's time to win. So what's up? Love. Everybody's in the chat. What's up, Dad? Hey, everybody who's here. We are going to be talking about goal planning. So this is my first challenge to you. You might be thinking, like, Natasha, you usually give the scale of 1 to 10. All right, I'll bring it up. Scale of 1 to 10. How was your day? It's Monday. How was your weekend? Scale of 1 to 10, 10. Amazing, fabulous. 1, meh. Like it was not that great. Just let's try again next weekend. How was your day? How was your week? My weekend was pretty relaxed, to be honest. I did absolutely nothing on Saturday. And my brain was telling me, girl, you need to get up. You have this to do. You have this. Who else was that person where your brain was like, you have this to do. You have this to do. You can't relax. You can't rest because you got things you have to do. No, I was like, no, I'm gonna rest. I literally watched TV all day Saturday, and then Sunday I did some cleaning. I was like, all right, I'll use Sunday since I did nothing on Saturday with intention. I'm gonna be purposeful on Sunday by getting some work done. And so that was my weekend. It was a very restful one. It was rainy too. Who wants to do anything on rainy day? So um but yes, all right, so let's get into it. So first thing I want you to do, now write this in the chat, or if you don't want to write it in the chat, at least write it down because we're going to use this throughout today's conversation. So what I want you to do is I want you to identify one goal you set for this year, whether it was back in January, if it was back in March or June, midway through the year, whatever it was. But think about one goal that you set that you have yet to accomplish yet for 2023. What is that goal? I'm going to give you a minute to think about that. Feel free to share the chat. I would love to hear from you. I would love to know what that goal is. I'm going to share with you my goal as well. But put in the chat. What is a goal that you have yet to accomplish and you still want to accomplish it? You have yet to accomplish, but you still want to accomplish it. So put it in chat or write it down. And the reason I want you to put it in chat, one, so I can share and so I can see and know what you're talking about as well. But also, we're a community here. We're a family. So we're all in this together, learning how to keep pushing and achieve our goals. But if you don't feel comfortable, that's okay. But definitely still write it down because we're going to use this goal to apply these tips. So we're going to give you 5 tips, 5 game changing tips that you could be able to use to achieve that goal. And I want you to keep this goal at the forefront while we're having this conversation so you can start thinking about how I'm going to achieve this goal by December 31st or earlier. Because it's possible. It is possible. And we're going to talk about how. So, what is your goal? Put it in the chat. Write it down. My goal, I said I was going to share one. One of my goals I set earlier this year, I think I said it probably around March, was to have a thriving coaching program, thriving in my coaching business area. And I'm still working on that. It's not where I want it to be. And so that is definitely something that is still a goal of mine. There's definitely been moments of maybe it's not the right thing for me. Maybe I should scrap this idea of what I had for coaching and revamp it and make it something else. And he's like, no, we got to stay focused on what we said, what we already created, and work on figuring out how to make it thrive. And so that's my goal that I'm still working on. What is your goal? Did you define that already? Now, as I'm talking about these 5 different tips that will help you, these 5 different goal planning tips, I want you to keep that goal that you wrote down in mind so you can think about, okay, how am I going to apply this to this goal so I can achieve this goal before January or before January 1st, by December 31st or earlier. Here is tip number 1. Review and assess. Review and assess. What I mean by that is many times we write a goal down and we forget to even go back to look at it. And these 5 tips that I wrote down are things that I do that help me. And it helped me for things like what I just said. A lot of times I write a goal down and then totally forget about the goal because I didn't go back to look at it periodically every month or even every day, right? And so think about it. When was the last time the goal you just thought about, the goal that you identified, when was the last time you actually reviewed that goal? When's the last time you actually looked back at that goal to see where you were at, right, with that goal, or to remind yourself that it is something that you want to work on or that you're working towards, right? When's the last time you actually looked at it? And that could be one reason why you haven't been able to achieve it is because you haven't really looked at it. You haven't been putting it at the front of your mind every single day and making it having it be a focal point or focus of your drive, your determination, your motivation that you have on a daily basis, right? And then the reassess piece is as you're looking at it now, right? Because life happens, right? Like I said in my most recent reel that I posted today, life be lifing, right? And things happen, things come up, and that could totally cause you to have to shift your plans. You might have had a whole vision, a whole plan for 2023. Something happens in your life, or maybe multiple things happen in your life, and it calls you to have to pivot in ways you weren't planning to pivot. And therefore, the goal that you have set may have to pivot too. The goal you have set may have to change a little bit. You don't have to necessarily get rid of the goal, but how you were envisioning planning for it, or how you were envisioning, or what the deadline you set for yourself may not even be the accurate deadline anymore because of where you're at in your life. So you want to go back and reassess. One, is this goal still important to me? Right? When I initially wrote it earlier in the year, it was important to me. Does it still have significance? Does it still have meaning to me now? Right. And then two, based on how I was envisioning completing this goal, is that still attainable? Right. Because you might have said, oh, I'm going to get this. I stretch it out so I can get it done in 6 months. Well, now you only have 3 months. So now, whatever plan you had to really stretch out the process of achieving that goal in 6 months, you're not going to pivot, modify, because now you got to get it done in 3 months, right? Not that it's impossible, but you have to be realistic about yourself about, okay, that initial plan is not going to cut it, because that's based on a 6 month process, not a 3 month process. So that's why it's so important to review and reassess. Review to remind yourself that what the goal is, right? And then reassess, okay, how is it important to me and how am I going to get this done in the next 3 months? All right. So that's the first one. Second one is let go of mistakes, failures, and poor choices. This tip is so important because sometimes we are unable to like get back up. And I talked about this in my one of my reels, not my reels, excuse me, one of the lives I did a few lives ago, a few Mondays ago, about how to bounce back from failure, right? And when it comes to our goals, if we are holding on to mistakes that we made, the mistakes that caused us to not even be able to achieve this goal, the mistakes that have caused us, or poor choices that we made that have caused us to not be able to be on track anymore to accomplish the goal, right? The failures where we tried to reach the goal and we failed at it, right? If we are still holding on to those things, it's going to be really hard to want to keep trying. It's going to be really hard to forgive yourself. It's going to be really hard to be able to change your perspective and believe that it's still possible. You can still win. Like there's still opportunities to win in this situation, right? And so you have to let it go. What happened in the past is the past. You cannot change it. That's another reason why you want to let it go. Because when you're holding on to something, you're holding on to it as if you can change the situation, as if you have the power and the control to make it different. Because there's hope that it can be different. And or you might be holding on to it to hold yourself accountable, to punish yourself. All these things are not helping you to be able to move forward. It's keeping you and dragging you back into the past. When you allow yourself to let it go, you free yourself from having your mind replaying what happened in the past that you can't change, and allows you to be able to shift back to the present. Okay, what's happening in front of me now? And allows you to be able to think and see that there is a future as well, right? So let go of that. Let go of it. Forgive yourself. You made a mistakes. You got to forgive yourself. I mean, for me, my goal, there's a bunch of mistakes I made, and I had to let myself let it go instead of like, oh, I should have done this, or how, what kind, I don't know what I was thinking. Why did I even do that, right? I had to let that go because if I did not, there's no way I would be able to get back up and keep going. There's no way I would think that there's a possibility that I can be able to have a thriving coaching business. There's no way. So you have to be able to let things go in order for you to move forward. Number 3. So for those who are just joining us, welcome. Welcome to the Speak Life Transformation TV party. We are talking about goals. So take a moment. If you did not hear me before, as you're coming in, as everyone's coming in, take a moment to think about one goal that you set for 2023 that you have yet to accomplish and you still want to accomplish. Think about that goal. And I want you to write it down. I want you to write that goal down, share it in the chat so I can be able to see it as well. And I want you to think about keeping that in mind while I'm going through these 5 different tips. Think about how these tips can help you achieve that goal by December 31st or earlier. Because these goals are here to help you achieve your goals. We're not playing. We don't have time to play. We're here to win. Okay. So I'm here to help you win. I'm here to help myself win. These are 5 tips that I've used for myself. And that's what I'm sharing with you because I found them effective. There's also tips that I've shared with my clients. And so we're here to win. So let's get the winning. Okay. So that was, so we went to number one. So recap: one is review and reassess. So review the goal that you wrote, like review it, look at it, assess, make sure that it is something that's still important to you, and assess the original plan you had on achieving it. Assess, is that even still applicable, or do you need to pivot and modify how you're going to go after this goal to make sure you achieve it by December 31st. The second one is let go of your past mistakes, your poor choices, and your failures. You have to let it go in order for you to be able to pick yourself back up and keep trying. And number three, we're on number three now. Number three is remember your why. That goal, the goal you wrote down. Think about it. Why did you pick that goal in the first place? Go back to the moment you wrote that goal down. Go back to the moment that goal came to mind, right? Why? Why was that goal even important? Why did it even come to mind? Why do you even want to achieve the goal in the first place? For me, again, my goal is to have a thriving coaching business. The reason why I want to have that goal is because I want to scale my business. I don't want to just do therapy. I want to do coaching, and I want to reach women worldwide. Coaching will allow me to reach women worldwide. And now I'm also getting into speaking, and so I also coaching will also help me to be able to connect with people through speaking, right? Or speaking will help me to connect with women through coaching. It's like a two and two, right? And so, I want therapy to be my side hustle, and I want the coaching and speaking to be my main source of income, or my main job, I guess you could say, right? And so that's why it's my why. And when I say it out loud, I'm reminding myself, like, yeah, that's why I want to do it. Like, even when I'm talking about it, I'm feeling excited. Like, I feel my energy changing. So I challenge you to do that. Think about that. Why is this even important? I dare you to even allow yourself to get excited all over again about it. I dare you to even allow yourself to get that sense of energy and like a hopefulness that comes up with it. I dare you to allow yourself to experience that all over again, because that's going to help you find the fire, find the passion, reconnect you with your purpose, that then will help you get right back up and go after these goals in this next 3 months. Remember your why. Your why is your motivating source. So part of it, we talked about reviewing your goal. When you review your goal, you also want to think about why you even set the goal in the first place. In each day, we talked about this too, about look at the goal every day, especially when we only have 3 months left. It's time to look at this goal on a daily basis. Put it as a post-it on your mirror, in your cubby at work, if you have a cubicle, in your locker, if you have a locker at work, or in your bedroom, mirror, in your kitchen, on your refrigerator, wherever you need. If you need to put on multiple places, that's cool. In your car, on your dashboard, right? So that you can see it every single day. And I even double dare you to not only just write your goal, but under it, write your why. So on that post-it note, write your goal up top, and then under it, write your why. Why is it even important to you? You seeing that every single day will give you the motivation, the drive, the determination, the discipline to keep going, because you're going to remind yourself how important this is. And so you're going to find the drive and discipline to go after it. You're going to find the focus to not allow anything to distract you and pull you away from reaching that goal, because every single day you're reminding yourself why this is important. Every single day you're reminding yourself why you want this goal. And then if you're like me, I'm a visionary, right? I'm a person that like thinks through pictures. I'm a visual learner. And so as I'm reading it, I'm now like envisioning like me on stage and talking to women on like big stages. And I'm thinking about me like coaching like women in a coaching program and being excited and helping them live their best lives. Like, that's what comes to mind when I think about mine. So that's what keeps me going. Remember your why. Number four is customize your structure. You need to have structure in your life to get things done. I challenge you to think about your current structure. Do you have the things in your life? Do you have the type of order and structure that you know you need in order to get things done? Or has it been a little messy? Like, has it been a little disorganized? Has it been a little overwhelming because everything is everywhere with life? Like, you got to be here. Like, and when I say messy and disorganized, I mean like you find yourself just reacting to life. Like, when it comes up, that's when you respond. Like, there's no proactive response. Is you just feel like you're just putting out fires every day, all day, and you're just reacting, or you're just on autopilot and you're just kind of like just doing what you do every single day, and it's not, you haven't really changed the structure that you need to change in order to reach your goal and to create the life that you want. You just been on autopilot from with the life you've been living and not modifying it to the life you need to live to get to the life that you want to actually live. Structure. So some examples of that structure is routine. I'm often talking to my clients about developing a great morning and night routine, and also throughout the day too, right? And because throughout the day, there is going to be a lot of things on your to-do list, but I challenge you to think to yourself, do you think, even just today, the things you have on your list today that you had to do, did any of them have to do with any task that will help you to achieve the goal that you wrote down today? Or was it all about serving somebody else, helping somebody else, being there for somebody else, doing something for somebody else, meeting somebody else's deadline, expectations, etc.? Did it any of it have to do with you and helping you achieve the goals that you want to achieve for your life? And that's what's so important. No matter how busy you are as a mom, as a dad, as a wife, as a husband, as an employee, as a professional, right? As a father, like as a mother, like all, there's people are always going to need you for something, right? And if you don't recognize how important you need you to, you're going to constantly be living for so many other people and never living for yourself. And so part of the structure in your routine is making sure you are on that list. You are on your own calendar. It's not just everybody else on your calendar. It's not just everybody else's needs on your calendar, but it's you on your calendar, because you're never going to be able to reach your goals if you are prioritizing everybody else's needs before your own. If you're not even including yourself in your day. So within your routine, think about, what do I need to do to be able, what tasks do I need to complete, right? In these next 3 months, have this goal here. Again, go back to your goal, reread it. And now I want you to think, what tasks do I need to do to complete this goal? Is it something I gotta do weekly? If it's something that I need to do daily, is it something that I need to do by a certain time span, right? Like, what is that? What are those things? And think about scheduling them in your routine, including them in your routine, including them on your to-do list. And then when your routine with the morning and night routine, listen, I was in a meeting, and I was cracking up because um, the presenter was saying, she was just talking about ways to like kind of live your best life. And one thing she said was, sometimes you're cranky because you need to take a nap. Well, she didn't take a nap. She said you need to go to sleep. I was in my head saying, in my head, I was saying, because we need to take a nap. And it's so true. Half of the time, the reason why we are cranky, we are irritable, we have low energy, we're fatigued, our minds are feeling really foggy, we can't really concentrate, is because we need a nap. We need to sleep. We need to sleep. Think about it. Since we were babies, we've always needed a nap. Since we were, kindergarten, they had nap. They don't even do nap time anymore, but we needed nap. We was in nap time. We were in nap time. And we still need naps now. Like, it doesn't change now that we're getting older, that we're adults. No. Our bodies still function the same. Sometimes we just need a nap, right? And so the night routine helps you get the sleep that you need. That goes back to the Henry in your day routine. are you including lunch? Just it's gonna be really hard to achieve. You have this goal, and you might be thinking like, Tasha, what is this? What does eating and sleeping have to do with reaching my goal? Hello, you need the energy to reach your goal. You need to be able to think clearly to do the things that you needed to do to reach your goals. So if you are not getting enough food in your system, if you're not getting enough sleep, your brain is not going to be able to function the way it needs to function. And you need your brain to complete your task and achieve your goals, right? You need your body to physically, right, be able to move and get up and have the energy to get around. And if you don't have the energy, you're just going to sit on the couch way too early. And you know it's like, oh, I got to do this thing, but I'm just so tired. I don't even have the energy to do it. If you don't have the physical energy, you're not going to be able to complete the task and achieve your goal. So here's some tips for your night routine. I'm giving you guys a little bonus here because this is not even something I was even planning on talking about. But I feel like somebody on here needs this help. If you feel like, listen, if you're somebody that needs help with getting a night routine, put me in the chat and I will definitely go into depth about how to successfully create a night routine. If that is you, if you're like Natasha, please give me the tips, put me in the chat, and I will definitely help you develop a night routine and a morning routine because the two come hand in hand. My one client, he was saying, he was like, yeah, um, I if I don't get enough sleep, then I wake up late and or I keep hitting the snooze button, and if I don't wake up on time and I don't start off my day right, then I start my day late or I don't have the right energy, and then I feel defeated because I didn't get things done, and then by the time it's nighttime, then I don't want to fall asleep because I'm trying to do things that I didn't get done. And he's like, so it's like I really don't know which one what goes first. If I should focus on night or morning, but I'm gonna focus on night instead for right now, right? Because it literally goes hand in hand. It's like if you don't go to get enough sleep, then you're gonna wake up feeling tired, and if you wake up feeling tired, then you're not gonna be able to get through your day, and then you're not gonna want to go to sleep. It's like a whole cycle, right? So listen, I see some me's in the chat, so I'm gonna give you guys some good night routine tips. Number one. Start your night routine 2 hours before you're scheduled to go to bed. You might say, Natasha, 2 hours though, really? Yes, 2 hours. Let me tell you why. You can't just fall. I mean, if you're not like me, you can ask my family. I'm one of those people that my head is still, I'm like, I fall right to sleep. Fun fact, when I was in undergrad and I was in my psychology class, I found out that's a form of narcolepsy. Maybe I have a form of narcolepsy. I don't know. But it's a blessing that I'm okay with. But yes, you need to help your body recognize it's bedtime, right? You can't expect yourself to get in after moving around and shaking and doing all these things, and you get into bed at 11 p.m. and expect your body just be like, okay, bedtime. No, it's not going to happen. You have to wind your body down. So 2 hours before you want to go to bed. So let's just go with the example 11 a.m. 11 p.m. You're trying to be asleep by 11 p.m. Then you want to start that at 9 p.m. I would say minimum hour, 2 to 1 hours before it's time to go to bed. So if 2 hours is a little too much, then at least 1 hour, right? But at least you got to give yourself time to for your body to wind down. Tip number two is your night routine. In those 2 hours, you're now being very strategic about only doing something that is going to help you wind down. So, nope, that means shut the computer down. We're no longer doing work, studying if you're in college, right? If you're in school, nope, we're not doing any schoolwork. We're not doing any actual work for your job or your business. No, shut it down, right? You don't want to do anything that's going to cause your mind to be active because then you got to start all over again to try to bring your brain down so it can get relaxed and ready to sleep. So you want to do things that are relaxing, like if you like taking a bath, drinking something warm like tea or coffee, decaffeinated, nothing with caffeine. Again, we're working on bringing our energy down, so nothing with caffeine. Reading a book. Some people find reading a book very relaxing. Being mindful about what you're watching on TV. So don't watch anything that's like action packed or that's going to like be like one of those like nail dropping episodes or series, and it's going to make you want to keep watching this series because you're like ready for the next one. Like, oh, what's about to happen next? And then before you know it, you watch into 2 a.m. Don't watch any of those type of shows or movies, right? It's going to keep you active. Stretching is a good thing to do. So you can do like a nightly stretch in your bed or on the floor. That helps bring your body down. Um, Listening to music too is really helpful. Again, be intentional about your music. So nothing that's going to keep you up like, hey, about the party. No party music. All right, but like relaxing, soothing music. It can be classical, it can be R&B, it can be slow jams, like whatever it is that instrumentals. It could be maybe not music, but soundscapes. So like soundscapes are sounds that represent the different environments. So like the oceans or raindrops hitting the window or summer nights of like the crickets and the like crickets and grasshoppers, like the ones that make noise in the summertime, those types of bugs. So those are examples, right? So you want to do something that's soothing at night, all right? And then you want to also do your bedtime routine. So even before you even do those soothing things, do your bedtime routine. So if that's like brushing your teeth, for us girls, wrapping your hair, right? Or guys too, because y'all put your head wraps on. Yeah. Put your wave caps on for the fellas. If that is putting your pajamas on, ironing your clothes for the next, picking out your outfit for the next day, ironing your clothes, packing your lunch for the next day. If you pack your lunch at night, or you can make that part of your routine now at night, doing it at night instead of the morning time, right? Those are things like if you do these consistently on a daily basis, your brain is automatically going to associate those behaviors with nighttime, and then before you know it, your brain is gonna be like, oh, it's time, it's time to go to bed. Tip number 3: do not do anything. If you struggle with falling asleep, do not do anything in your bed except sleeping. Use your bed only for sleeping. And to be honest, I've been doing that a lot for the last several years. Where I just don't watch TV in my room anymore like I used to when I was like a kid. When I was a teen, that's all I did was watch TV in my bedroom. But I've been watching TV like in other places in my house. And so when I go into my bedroom, it's always only been to go to bed. So now I can't even watch TV in my bedroom because I literally fall asleep within like 5 minutes. So my brain is already like, oh, we in the bed? Oh, we in the covers? We comfy? Oh, it's time to go to bed. And I literally fall asleep. So like when you start developing habits, your brain is automatically going to start shutting things down within your body, and it's automatically you're going to feel yourself feeling sleepy at a certain time if you're doing it again, picking a specific, oh, that was another tip, picking a specific bedtime every single night. So if 11 o'clock is your bedtime, make it consistent, 11 p.m., and then start your bedtime routine at 9 or 10 p.m. every single night, doing those things that I said. Only going into your bed when it's time for bed, not watching TV in your bed, not eating in your bed. You can read in your bed, but not like watching, like when I say watching TV, like you can go to bed watch TV, but not like during the daytime going in your bedroom to watch TV, for example, right? Like you're only going in your bed when you're about to go to bed, when you're about to go to sleep. You do those things, then your night routine should really help you to be able to wind down for the night and then start to actually fall asleep when you want to go to bed. Now, be consistent with it. It's not going to happen in 24 to 48 hours. Okay. Habits take time, especially if this is not something your body is used to. So give it 2 to 3 weeks. Yeah, you heard me, 2 to 3 weeks. Give it 2 to 3 weeks with you consistently doing it, and you'll be able to see a change instantly. You'll be able to see a change instantly. So I hope that helps you with your night routine. And your morning routine, honestly, is the same exact thing, except you don't got to do anything like an hour or two before you're in the morning. It's just having a consistent routine. It doesn't have to be like, okay, 5 o'clock I do this, 5 o'clock, 10 o'clock I do that. It's just your normal routine. Like for me, my morning routine is I go to the bathroom, I brush my teeth, then I go to the bathroom, I do my devotional, I brush my teeth, I put on my gym clothes, I work out, I shower, I fix myself my breakfast, and I start work. That's literally my routine every single day. It's not like I got to do this at a certain time. The times are just based on the day because every day might be a little different, but the order of operations is literally the same. Like literally what I just described to you is literally my morning routine every single day. I go to the bathroom, I do my devotional, I brush my teeth, I put on my gym clothes, I work out, I shower, and then I fix breakfast or tea or whatever that is, and then I start my day. That's literally every single day. And because of that routine, it's like I just already know what I have to do. So now it's more just like, oh, this time I gotta wake up at what time? I already know it takes me this long to do devotional. I already know it takes this long to do my workouts and shower. So because I already know how long those things take me, then when I, depending on what time I gotta wake up or depending on what time I gotta be somewhere, I already know how to clock it. So I'm on time for places. And that's your tip for your daily routine. So so that is a way your structure. Okay. Having the structure like that is what's going to help you reach your goals because you have things in order. So it's not like things aren't going to pull you out of sorts because you already have your order of operations. You already have your structure. I think another last thing is about your structure is, well, two last things. Be intentional about your time. And I just explained how you can be intentional about your time just by setting a routine, right? And the second thing is making sure that um you prioritize in a way, but not just like putting something as a priority, right? Not just saying, okay, this is a priority, or looking at your life or looking at things you have to do and saying, oh, this is something that I need to prioritize. But it's more so understanding what you need to do to make it a priority. I think that's the mistake that a lot of times we make is that we list our priorities, but then we don't do what we need to do to actually effectively make it a priority. So if whatever your goal is, go back to your goal again. Has that goal been a priority? The things that you need to complete throughout your days or your weeks to reach that goal, has that even been a priority? Has that been even in the top 5? And think about, what do I need to do to make this a priority? And that might mean you have to let some things go. That might mean you have to, something that has been number 3 might need to be number 6. That might mean things that you've been taking on as a priority that you really didn't need to, you really could have delegated to somebody else because it really doesn't have to be your responsibility, or something that really could wait, doesn't really need to be done now, but you've been telling yourself it has to get done now, but really it doesn't, right? Those things you probably need to let go so you can make the right things that need to be priority a priority. So think about that. And let's go into number 4. Please feel free, guys, to put in the chat any questions as I'm talking. I would love to hear your questions. I would love to help you on your journey so that you can listen. Again, we're here to accomplish goals by the end of 2023. We're not here to waste time. We're not here to play. We're here to make things happen. We're here to live our best lives as our best selves. So don't use this time um, to miss out on getting guidance or getting some suggestions or some answers to some questions that you had to face. Because you don't have to do this by yourself. You don't have to do this by yourself. Number 5, the fifth and final one is customizing your systems. So we talked about customizing your structure, how to create structure in your life. Now let's talk about the systems. You need systems in place to be able to get things done. So for example, the structure we talked about, the routine, you need to have systems in place also to get through that routine. So for example, you might need an alarm. Are you setting your alarm? You might need a calendar. Are you using a calendar? Are you using an agenda to write things down? Right? There's different organizational tools that you need in your life to complete. You might need a budgeting sheet. Maybe one of your goals has something to do with money or saving up for something or to buy something, right? Do you even have a financial sheet or a budget sheet to know how much you need to be spending each month or how much you are spending each month? Are you using an app? Maybe some form of app that you're using that can help you track your finances? Have you invested in a financial advisor? Sometimes financial advisors offer free services. If you live in Philly, I mean, they might open up the tri-state area too, but there's a lot of free services in Philly with within like the financial world and career planning and things like that. Like, are you using these resources that can help you achieve the goals you're trying to achieve? So think about that. Go back to your goal again. Let's take a moment. Let's look at our goal again. Let's read it again. And I want you to think about, what systems do I need in place to achieve this goal. Take a moment. If you have paper, write that down next to your goal. What do I need? What kind of organizational tools? What kind of systems do I need? And also identify processes. So, and not just the systems, but what kind of processes do I need to get this done? Kind of like the order operations, right? First, second, and third, like the steps. Like, what are the steps? What are the processes I need to that I need to complete? That I need to follow to achieve this goal. Are you aware of that system? Do you need to create one? Right? What do I need to do first? What do I need to do second? What do I need to do third? What do I need to do fourth? What is that for you? Think about that. Now, those types of systems is what's going to help you now successfully do the step by step that you need to create to achieve this goal. You follow the processes, you follow, the task, the order of tasks, the order of operations, then you should have no problem with achieving your goal for real. Just reading chat, y'all. Just checking the chat. Yeah, the night and morning routines, if you don't have one, that's going to just throw you off. It's going to be, let's think about it. When you don't have a morning routine, how often has that led you to being late? Right? When you don't have a morning routine, how often has that led you to feeling just off or foggy? Or you don't have a night routine, how often has that led you to going to bed too late and then waking up just drained and just not having energy for the rest of the day? And you're struggling. It's like 12 o'clock, 11 o'clock, and you don't get off till 5. And you are like, it's only 12 o'clock and I need some coffee. I need something to get me through my day because you didn't get enough sleep. And are you eating in the morning? I know a lot of people say they're not morning people, they don't eat breakfast, but you have to put something in your system. Something. Are you are you waking up and then not eating until like 1 p.m.? So you're doing intermittent fasting, not intentional though. And you're moving around burning so many calories with nothing in your system. You're literally your car running on E, trying to make it 2 more miles to the gas station, hoping and praying that the car don't shut off because there's no gas. That's you every day, right? Like think about that. Like think about, how am I taking care of my body? How am I taking care of my mind so I can then take care of my business to achieve these goals? So I challenge you to think about those routines, so that you guys can be able to really create systems that's going to and structure that's going to really help you achieve your goals. Any questions? Any questions? I would love to hear. I'm going to do a recap while you guys might be thinking of any questions. Again, the 5 tips. 5 tips. Number 1, review and reassess. Remember that goal you wrote down. Take a moment to review it every single day. And already now, take a moment to just reassess if you gotta do any type of pivot with that goal. You gotta go in a different direction of how to achieve that goal. Also, make sure that it's still important to you. Is it still important to you? So just double check to make sure it still has meaning to you and where you're trying to go in your life at this point. Let go of mistakes, failures, and poor choices. You gotta let it go. What is, and what's done is done. What you did in June or July, what you did back in March, listen, it's over. And we're now in October, end of September, pretty much October, right? And so you got to move on. Forgive yourself. Forgive the people. Forgive whoever else that is that you're upset about or that you're upset with about not getting to where you're trying to go. Just let it go. Forgive yourself for the past, for the poor choices, not even mistakes, the ones you knew you knew what you were doing, but you did it anyway. Forgive yourself so you can move on and achieve these goals. You don't have time to waste. There's no need to go in month number 10 still worrying about what happened in month number 2. Take that moment to think about what I just said. There is no need to go into month number 10 still upset about something that happened in month number 2. You're wasting your time doing that. Let it go. Number 3, remember your why. Remember why this goals are important to you. Again, I gave you the challenge to write your goal down, and then under it, write your why and post it. Post it in your living room, on your refrigerator, in your bedroom, in your bathroom, on your car dashboard, in your office, at your job, or your cubicle for the teachers, on your desk, in your classroom. Listen, if you're a teacher, have your students do this. Look, include them in this process so it can hold you accountable. Take a moment, everybody write their goal down and why this is important. We're going to post it on the wall, and we're going to all work on achieving this goal by the end of December 31st. Look, that's a writing goal. Listen, that's a writing assignment. That it even could be a math assignment because you can put some like numbers with that. Listen, I just gave you a whole like your first do now, the 5-minute do now. Number 4, customize structure. Make sure you have structure in your life. Have a routine. Include the tasks that you need that's going to help you achieve your goals. Include them in your day. Include you in your day. Don't just do everything for everybody else. Make sure you're doing what you need to do for you to achieve these goals or goal by December 31st. And lastly, your systems. Create the systems you need. Make sure you have the systems, the resources, the people. I forgot to mention people. Who are the people that you need that's going to help you achieve these goals? Do you need an accountability partner? Do you need, a coach, or do you need a mentor, or do you need, to talk to somebody who's doing what you're trying to do, right? Think about that, right? I have a couple of coaches that I'm working with. I have a speaking coach that I just started seeing to help me with my speaking and learning how to get in the field of speaking and learning how to improve in that area. I have a book coach to help me with my books and how to become a best-selling author. Like I did have a coach with my practice to learn how to develop my practice for therapy so I can be able to have a running successful business, which has helped me learn how to scale in different ways. So listen, coaching is something that is very valuable. So if that's a mentor, right? If that's you investing in yourself by paying for a coach, think about what type of support systems you need, or the people that you need to let go of too. We talked about that in the last live. Might be some people you need to let go of or remove yourself for this time being. Listen, we could talk after December 31st. I'll come back to you after this. I'm on a mission right now. I can't have you in my life right now. But after December 31st, we can reconvene. But right now, I'm focused on trying to get accomplish this goal, right? So think about that. Create those systems, the organizational tools that you need that's going to help you stay on track with whatever it is you need to achieve your goals. So as always, I am here and to help you and to assist you. You can learn more about. I would love if you listen. If you need an accountability partner, if you need a coach throughout all of this, I am your girl. I'm here. I have a coaching program that is a membership where for once a month we will meet, actually more than once a month, but on a monthly basis we'll meet 2 different times. We'll meet to do actual teaching sessions. I will teach you different mindsets, shifts, and skill sets, things like this. Like pretty much how we are. What I have on these lives is like the conversation you and I will have one-on-one, okay, or in a group setting, depending on how many people are in a group. So if it's just you, it's just you. But if it's a group, then it's a group of us in it. And then we also have accountability meetings. So again, we don't have time to waste. So I will help you follow with you on your goals each month to say, like, where are we at? This is what you said your goal was. Where are you at with that? Are you achieving your goals? Are you on track? Right. And then we'll also be able to communicate through my chat feature. We'll be able to communicate. I can answer any questions on a daily basis. You can hit me up through that if you have any questions or concerns between those 2 meetings. And then you actually have access to a membership portal that has different resources. It has all the replays to workshops I've done in the past, the lives that I've been doing, because the lives that I have on my YouTube channel, like today won't be a replay. A lot of the other ones are. Some of the ones I did recently are still posted, but many of them are not. But you will have access to that. And if you're in the membership, you will be able to get discounts on any of my workshops. So like I said before, today is my last Monday live, guys. I'm gonna be doing now master classes. Some may be free, but most you will have to pay. And so if you want to get a discount on that, definitely become a member in the Unapologetic Circle, so you can be able to get access, the discounts access. And the Unapologetic Circle is just for that woman who is just ready. Like she's ready to live her best life as her best self. She's ready to achieve her goals. She's ready to really stop playing and want to become who she wants, who she's been wanting to become, really want to live that life, start that business, write that book, start that new job, take that promotion, whatever that is, to really help her to be the professional she wants to be and to be the version, really walk into the version that she wants to be in. And so if that's you, the Unapologetic Circle is perfect. And so you can visit speaklifetransformation.com and then click the coaching tab up top to learn more about the Unapologetic Circle. I will actually also put that in the chat here. And there's also, as always, I always have a freebie, you guys, if you want to just get the free e-course that I have for 5 days. I'll hop into your email and give you tips on how to get rid of the fear, the doubt, because there might be some fear and doubt that's been stopping you from still going after the goals that you set this year. And if you're struggling with getting through those fears and through that doubt, then this course is perfect for you. So again, you go on speaklifetransformation.com, click the link on the banner, and you'll be able to have access to that chat as well. I mean, that email course as well. So there in the chat is for the coaching membership program. Hopefully you'll join and I will be able to work with you and help you along the way. And yeah, like I said, it's the last one. So next time you guys will see me, you'll be somewhere on social. Follow me on Instagram at Speak Life Transformation. TikTok is Speak Life Transformation. YouTube is YouTube is Speak Life Transformation TV. Make sure you subscribe to this channel. If you're on it, subscribe, hit the subscribe button. Yes, while you're on it. And then also Facebook is Living Speak Life. And as always, until I see you again, make sure you be bold, be safe, and speak life.